Okay, so this is hands down one of my favorite shoulder mobilities. My brain finds it very fun. So I had to show this one to you. Now you do need a block, but to be honest, it doesn't even really, there's nothing about the structure, shape, size of a block in particular that you need for this, although I imagine you have yoga blocks. But if you don't, you could probably use a deck of cards or some sort of block or square or anything like that, but it does need flat sides. That's really it though. So this is to open up the mobility of particularly the rotator cuff, but kind of the whole cage here. So the only rule to this game challenge is that you can't drop the block and you cannot grip the block with your hands or support it with your wrist. So you take the block, you flatten your hand, and you place the block flat on your palm. Now, very particular that it's not like this, because you'll see as we get into it, that will make this easier. So you want it kind of just after the start of your palm. And notice my fingers are together and flat. There's none of this. So I'm right here balancing. Now, you can really do this in any position. I find it is easier from a kneeling position. You could also do it standing. Cross-legged, it's a little harder just because there's a little less space, particularly in this part of your body, but you could play around and see what feels best for you. So you're gonna stick the block straight out. You're gonna keep your arms straight, you're gonna go all the way out to the side. Now, I support this little side bend with my other hand and bring it to the opposite side, but I'm gonna try to keep my arm as flat as possible and the block flat as I come all the way back and all the way around. Where'd my shoulder pop? And then here. So now I'm in like a side bend, arms flat. Now here's the tricky part. I'm gonna keep that arm straight and come all the way forward with my palm facing up, and now, keeping flat, I'm gonna take this and bring it in between under my armpit forward without dropping it, without gripping it, because obviously if you're grabbing the block, none of that is very difficult. So we're gonna do that again on this side. Again, flat block, straight arm, out to the side, using that hand, go into a side bend, maybe go a little deeper, open up the armpit, reach over the ear, reach all the way forward, come to the side, now I'm kind of opposite of where I started, and then spin that hand underneath, back to start. And we'll switch hands. You may find one side I really notice, one side of my shoulder is a lot easier, the other side is a lot less open. So be mindful, there will be some imbalances perhaps. So again, not cheating, flat palm, starting just after the palm so you can't support with the wrist. Stick it straight out to the side. Use that side hand, go all the way over, nice and slow. Come forward, out to the side, but now palm up. Rotate under. That is definitely my trickier side. The block feels a lot closer to falling, but I'm maintaining that fingers together, flat palm. We'll do it again, straight out to the side, over the ear, palm faces up now, keeping that block balanced, straight out to the side, under the armpit, and around. I typically do it maybe 5 times on each side, but that is the general gist. Go really slow, like really slow. I mean, it can be fun to go a little faster and drop your block, but do you know anything about fascia And breathe with it, go really slow. And because there's this constant rotation happening, when you're really slow with it, you can feel, I can feel, I'm sure you could feel, really the fibers and the muscles opening themselves up. And I notice each time I do it, especially on the rotation over, oh, my hand's a little bit, maybe I start like that, but over time my hand goes further back and it's easier to roll around and forward. So, have fun playing with my favorite shoulder mobility. Where's my finger? Bing!